So congratulations to Emmanuel Macron. It was a good thing for France. I think for as far in my opinion to have Macron, Emmanuel Macron win this re-election because Marine Le Pen had gained quite a bit ground there. She received 41% of the votes, 41.8, and then 58.2 went to Emmanuel Macron. But it was surprising to see that Marine Le Pen had gained so much ground. It was actually in some ways alarming because you wouldn't think the far right candidate would get that much traction in France. So because Marine Le Pen's far right, anti-immigrant, kind of Putin ally, it would have sent shockwaves through Europe if Marine Le Pen had won. So when you look at the results of it and analyze the numbers, which is what I was looking at yesterday with the results coming in, it was kind of shocking to see that Le Pen had gotten 41.8% of the votes there, and then there was approximately 3 million people that sent empty ballots. So Le Pen got 13 million, and that's 13 million votes. So that is surprising to a lot of people that she received that many votes, because that means the far right is basically taking hold in France. But this was her third run. She's not going to run again. This was her third bid. So Le Pen is not going to run again. But she's not going away. So and her party is kind of looking at what it is that they need to do in order to keep that momentum alive and see where they could take it. So they're already working on the next few years and what it is that they need to do and how they need to move forward as far as the far right is concerned. Many ways, I wasn't surprised with Jean-Luc Mélenchon. He's from the far left. He's the Bernie Sanders of France. That was somewhat critical of Emmanuel Macron for being a centrist candidate. Emmanuel Macron comes across, and when you look at how he won last time, he got 2/3 of the majority vote in the 2017 election. He's seen as a favorite of the rich. So the average person does not feel comfortable with Emmanuel Macron. However, that said, he received 58%, which was lower than what he got last time, so in 2017. So Jean-Luc Mélenchon from the Democratic Socialist Party of France, he's like the Bernie Sanders equivalent there, received a portion of the votes there, and we didn't know. I didn't know who he would support, and whether he would end up supporting. He would be the kingmaker and bring in Marine Le Pen, which would have been disastrous for Europe if she had won, specifically the German Franco relationship and the UK Franco relationship. The UK Franco relationship has not been very good in the last few years due to the whole Brexit fiasco there. So even though Putin congratulated Emmanuel Macron, he basically was supporting Marine Le Pen, who's a far-right candidate, because she considered him, Putin, an ally. So it would have not been such a good thing, to say the least, for France if she had won. But I guess the public decided, the French people decided they didn't want to give her a chance, even though this was her third bid for the presidency. She's not going away. I'm sure she's going to continue to work very hard as far as the far right is concerned, because they did pretty well. When you look at 41.8% went to far right, and 3 million people did not even vote. They just sent out an empty ballot, a blank ballot. So that was kind of, surprising and not surprising at the same time. It's kind of like a protest vote against Macron, because he is considered an elitist, and he is a centrist candidate. But many people on the far right and then the far left did not like him. So they gave him, regardless. Macron has a chance to bring the country together and work on his relationship with the UK, because it's at the lowest right now, and the German relationship, is also something that he needs to work on. It'll be status quo as far as the war, the support for Ukraine, because if Marine Le Pen had won, the support for Ukraine would have basically been gone as far as France is concerned, would have been concerned at that point. So that said, Macron has a lot of work to do as far as bringing the country together, bringing the far left, the far right, and he still has to go through our parliamentary elections there to see what kind of support he has in the legislature, and see if he can pull that vote together. So third bid, as far as Le Pen, she's not going to run again, but she is not going away. This was an anti-immigrant candidate that would have been disastrous for the immigration population in France. So it's a victory for them in some ways. I'm not sure what I was trying to look at the numbers to see what numbers went for how many people, how many immigrants approximately voted for Macron, but I'm sure they did not want to give Marine Le Pen the vote. So not surprising, but that said, I was somewhat surprised in the numbers that Macron basically took, as far as 58%, which kind of went down a little bit from 2017. So everything is status quo for them, for France, as far as Ukraine support, and as far as NATO is concerned. It would have been disastrous for the German-Franco relationship if Marine Le Pen had won. So that said, we have kind of yet to see what happens as far as Macron bringing the nation together, but he's got his work cut out for him as far as bringing everyone together. It will be a difficult task, because the far right definitely does not like Macron, and neither does the far left, which was led by Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who's the leader of the far left party there. So let's see what happens. But once again, I guess it's better for France in many ways that Macron took the presidency once again. So.